Hey guys, welcome to the 2018-2019 school year. You are with Alabama Virtual Academy with K-12, and my name is Miss Doak. I put it up here. A lot of people get confused on how to say it. It's literally like an oak tree with a D. Doak. I am about to be 28. I am married and I live in Gadsden. I'm from Mobile though, so I'm kind of familiar with a lot of the state. So I'm excited to see where you're from and hopefully see you at some outings or testing, things like that. I have degrees in early childhood, elementary education, and then masters in school counseling. So I've taught 6th grade English for the past 2 years, but now I'll be moving into counseling for middle school. So I'll start off the year with y'all here in English, but then I'll see you the rest of the year when I do counseling and things throughout the year. So I'm excited to go ahead and get you started and kind of give you a heads up of what to expect in English this year. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start off with just showing you guys how to navigate through your online school. So this is your home page. Usually every day you'll want to check your schedule tab. Right now mine's not showing anything because we haven't actually started school. But I do have a video in my YouTube channel, which I'll show you in a little while, that shows you what it looks like when you actually have stuff in your schedule. And then every day you'll want to come to your classes. You will have a lot more than me because you have every subject. I just have English. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the English class. Alright, so here is what it looks like inside a course. If you were with K-12 last year, it probably looked a lot different when you were in 5th grade. And then even if you saw middle school last year, this is still a little bit different. So I'm just going to show you real quick what it looks like. These are kind of your main places that you'll ever go. Alright, so class home, that's where we're at right now. The plan is a really cool place, okay? This is what is going to keep you on track. Alright, there's a few different ways that you can look at it. You can look at it as like a daily agenda, like kind of a checklist, just every day what you want to look at, a whole week, a month, or just like everything in the list. Looking at August, when we actually start school, this is what the month looks like. I kind of like this for me because I can see, you know, when we have things due, that's going to be like a time and like a second one just kind of showing you when things are due. And then I can see when we have like a catch-up day or if we're out of school one day, things like that. Like right here. For Labor Day, it shows you we're out of school that day. So it's just kind of nice to look at it like that. But it's totally fine if you want to look at it like on a weekly thing or just one day at a time. And it'll show you like if things are due at like 5 or something like that. But I just like to look at it as the month for me. And then the content. This is kind of like your textbook, but it's not. But this is where you'll do lessons every day, okay? So if you're never going into the content section of your course, you're going to be missing out on a lot, okay? This is where everything happens, pretty much. So when you first come in, you'll see the table of contents down here, alright? Course materials, let's take a look at that. Ooh, recordings. So we have live classes, okay? You'll have a schedule like I showed you on the home page for the online school. And if you miss a live class or you need to go back and watch it again, you can actually check this out and it'll be links to all the live classes like a recording. So you can go back and watch it later. Okay, that's great for review. Or like I said, you know, if you get sick one day and you have to go to the doctor, you can come back and watch this, okay? The syllabus. Okay, this is awesome to know what to expect and also to know how you're going to be held accountable throughout this year. Check that out, okay? How to contact the teacher, academic integrity, okay? So we do care if you plagiarize this year. If you don't know what it means to plagiarize, you want to take a look at this, okay, and ask questions, because we do hold you guys accountable for plagiarizing. Also, it tells you how you'll be graded, and then literature for young readers. I put this little note here and says, this is the textbook. Alright, so if you're ever wondering, how do I find the stories for all these lessons? Well, you come to course materials, and then you scroll down till you see this is the textbook, and you just click there, okay? The cool thing is that the textbook is actually laid out just like the modules, okay? So the first module is called Module 1 Lessons Learned, okay? So literally you find lessons learned in the textbook, and then you'll see the stories in order of how the module goes, okay? So you just click that link and it'll take you there. It's pretty simple once you kind of play around with it for a few minutes. So the textbook's always there, but I also have it linked like in every lesson for you, because I know it gets confusing. Alright, and those are for me. Okay, so then recordings. I also just have a whole tab here for recordings, just for easy access in case you forget where the recording's at, okay? And then we have the modules. These are just your daily lessons. Like, this is what you do when you go to school, okay? You have to see what's on your schedule that day, what lesson we're doing for that day, and you'll just complete it, okay? Alright, so looking at a lesson. So, like, Module 1, Lesson 1, okay? If there's a check mark by it, that means it's required to complete. So you just click the link, go through it, and then it will give you a green check mark saying that you're done, okay? If you don't have a green check mark by something, then I'm going to know that you're not going through your lessons, and then whenever we're at test time or at an assignment time and you're like, I don't know what to do, I'm going to say, well, let's go see if you've been completing your lessons or not. And if you haven't completed your lessons, it's going to be hard for your teachers to help you, okay? So do your part first. Make sure you get all green checks so that we can definitely help you do your best, okay? So that's kind of what that looks like. I'll show you really quick though what a quiz and a Dropbox looks like. Okay, so this is a quiz, alright? These you have 3 attempts. Alright, so that's probably different than what you're used to in life. You get 3 chances to get your best score. It'll tell you the due date, and then at the end of the semester, that's when it ends, okay? You have to use your last attempt, if you want to try again, before this day, okay? After that day, you're not going to be able to try again, okay? Let me show you what a Dropbox looks like. Go. Okay, so usually Dropboxes had like a blue box next to them that really stood out, but this year they don't have that. So you just have to look for where it says either like graded assignment or Dropbox. In my class, they'll say Dropbox. So you just look for that, and that's going to be where you actually have to like either type something on a Word document or do a PowerPoint or something like that, okay? All of my assignments have help video, okay? Like I said, I have a YouTube channel, and I have made help videos for every single assignment, okay? So it's like you have a teacher with you in person going over the assignment, all right? So definitely check those out, okay? And then after you have your content figured out, you can start looking at your progress. I'm not going to show you my progress because it doesn't look like what yours does, but I have a video in my YouTube channel that shows you how to navigate your progress and how to figure out what you've completed, what you still need to do, what your grades are, things like that, okay? That's a super helpful place, progress, okay? Super helpful. It'll tell you how many attempts you have left, all that. And then grades. That's also pretty much like progress. Great place to look as well. You might have some of these, but what you definitely need to do is check your account settings, okay? In there, you'll have a time zone. You want to make sure that you're in the Chicago time zone. That way, all your assignments will be due on the right time, and your live classes will be scheduled on the right time, and you won't miss anything, okay? Alright, so let's look back at this class homepage. So in all of your classes, you will have an update, like if you have feedback from a teacher, okay? Check that out, because if a teacher graded a Dropbox for you and they found something that maybe you could improve on, they'll tell you. And guess what? You can turn it back in and try again, okay, until you get it right. So that's awesome. Another thing that's really helpful is you have a little class plan like preview. So it'll keep you on track with every day what to do and your lessons and everything. Also, you'll see today's Class Connect sessions. So it'll tell you if you have a Class Connect scheduled so you won't forget and miss it. And then down here, class announcements. Right now it just has that little one from K-12, but usually your teacher will have one posted once a week, every 2 weeks, something like that. And it'll be helpful information for you to know. Sometimes we'll do like shout outs for bonus points and things like that. A few things I wanted to let you know is we are a public school at K-12 or at Alva, and so things that we will have in place that we can't necessarily change because we do have to cover our state standards and we have to complete the lessons. So in this first semester, a few things that parents have not been happy about were lessons about magic or things like that. Those stories are just a part of the lessons, and so it's just a brief part of the module. And if you don't feel like your student should read the story, they don't necessarily have to, but they still have to do the exams that go along with it, okay? We cannot change the curriculum. Another thing is the secret garden. Towards November or December, you want to go ahead and pull out the novel that K-12 sent you. It's called The Secret Garden. In second semester, around February, the students will be expected to read The Secret Garden in about 3 weeks. Okay, it is very difficult for the students to read that in 3 weeks and complete all of their daily work. So I would go ahead and start reading The Secret Garden in at least November. If they want to start sooner than that, great. Alright, just keep notes, keep track of what you're reading, and keep reading until February. Okay, so you will be expected to use Microsoft Word and PowerPoint, things like that. If you don't have that on your computer already, go ahead, open up your email account in the online school, and then it should look something like this. You just click on Office 365 in the top corner, and it will actually give you the opportunity to use all of Microsoft Office either online right here, or you can actually install the apps to your computer. Okay, that is completely required. Okay, your students need to have Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, all of that, so that they can use that in their classes. So if you ever find yourself not knowing how to download Microsoft Office or get into a Class Connect session or anything, just come to help.k12.com and there is a tutorial for anything, okay? That's what I use too if I ever get confused. And then a lot of our teachers have made YouTube channels, or at least have video tutorials somewhere that can help you with most things. So if you ever just find yourself lost, like help.k12 didn't help you, you still need help, a lot of us have video resources. So take a look at YouTube, and there are things for every Dropbox, preventing plagiarism, checking your grades, literally anything you could probably need. I hope that you have a great first day and first week here at Alva. If you're returning, then awesome. We're so excited to have you back. If you're brand new, great. Don't get scared. Don't run away because it's hard. You'll have to learn how to do school here, and that's totally fine. Okay, this is a new experience. Let yourself learn how to do it. Okay, don't be afraid to reach out to your teachers or your counselors or your admin, and we would all be happy to be with you and support you throughout this first week here at Alabama Virtual Academy.